How's everybody?
Good.
It's my great pleasure to welcome you to our special meeting, December 1st, 2003. It's a real delight to see everybody here. And would you stand and pledge the allegiance with me? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all. We're all whispering up here because I've been asked to recognize our elected officials that are here, and we're all trying to canvass the room to make sure we cover everybody. I would like to welcome the elected officials and their representatives that are here. Sally Lieber is represented by Jeremy Nishikawa. He's back there. I understand that Liz Nis is going to be here with County Supervisor. And then Honorable Matthew Lee, who's Consul General from Republic of Taiwan, is with us here tonight. And Sheriff Laurie Smith is just walked in. And then from our school board President Paul Fong, from the Foothill College Board, Cupertino Union School District Board President Ben Liao, and then Cupertino Union School District Board Member Pro Chang, and then Hanson Chu, who's on the Board of Trustees for Berryessa School District. And then, of course, our former beloved mayors. Mayor Barbara Rogers is here. And then Mayor Don Burnett. And Cupertino Union School District Board Member Gary McHugh. Lovely wife. And Council-elect Kris Wang is here. Did I miss other people? If you're an elected or you want to be an elected, yes?
Randy.
And oh, sorry, I didn't even see. From our high school, Fremont Union High School District, longtime board member Nancy Newton. Mary Maybon is here. From Congressman Hunter's office, Chief of Staff, sorry. Assembly Leland Yee's office representative is here, John. So just want to congratulate and welcome everybody for being here tonight, and we are ready to start our agenda for tonight. We're going to start with a roll call.
Councilmember Sandoval.
Present.
James.
Here.
Kwok.
Here.
Lowenthal.
Here.
Mayor Chang.
Yes. All right, very good. We move on to canvassing of votes.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'm asking City Council to adopt Resolution 03219, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Cupertino receiving the declaration of election results for the general municipal election held on November 4th, in which the people who received the most votes for the position of City Council were Richard Lowenthal and Kris Wang.
Okay.
I'll move that.
Congratulations.
Do you need a motion on that?
Yes, please.
I would move Resolution 03219, please.
Second.
There's a motion and second. Please vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
And Michael, I'm going to take the gavel away from you at this point and ask if you would come down to the podium with
Sure.
me.
If I may, I just want to say briefly the game plan for tonight so that everybody knows is that the first part is going to be the going away for me. So I guess everybody's here to send me away. And then we're going to be officiating new council members. And of course, we have Richard Lowenthal
Very
being
new.
re-elected with high votes and a real mandate there. And Kris Wang, that's going to be sworn in. That's the second part. After that, we're going to be having a very short adjournment so that we can have a separate meeting. And the adjournment, right after the adjournment, we will call to order again. At that time will be Vice Mayor Sandra James, and then we will be going into an election for our council officers, beginning with Mayor and Vice Mayor. So that's basically the game plan. And then I believe after all of this, there's going to be a reception outside, and so please don't leave right afterwards, okay? So let me go ahead and turn this over to Vice Mayor James.
Many of you may or may not know that Michael is going out of elected office from City Council after 12 years of elected office in the city of Cupertino. He was 4 years on the Cupertino Union School District Board of Education and 8 years on the City Council. As a matter of fact, we served all of that time together. So we have a long and rich history. And the first thing we're going to do this evening is give some gifts to Michael. And then we're going to have some surprises for him. And everyone will get a chance to talk and say something for a few words as the evening progresses. So to start with, Michael, why don't we change sides here?
All right, thank you.
And I am going to present you from the City Council the traditional going out of office gift, which is your gavel. And it says, Dr. Michael S. Chang, Mayor of Cupertino, 2002-2003.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much.
Great one to have add to our collection.
We have something a little different for you this year that Patrick and I conspired on. And so I'm going to give it to you now, but you're going to see it in a few minutes. And it is a CD, about a 15-minute CD, I think it came out to be, of sort of the highlights or interesting and highlights of your years at City Hall. And so it's something we hope that you will enjoy. It's called Mayor Michael Chang Farewell Video. So this is from us, and you're going to. No, it's actually a very nice video, and we're all going to watch it together in just a few minutes. And then it is traditional in the city of Cupertino for the vice mayor to give something to the mayor as they leave the seat. And so it's usually something very creative. Richard challenged me because his gift to me the year that I was mayor was outstanding. And so I thought hard and long about what I wanted to give you. And of all the things that you and I have been involved in together over the years, the one thing that I really have felt you've taken to heart and have worked on from the inception is the new library project. And I know that is very, very important to you. So what I wanted you to have for your home or office is the artist rendering of our new library. And it says, to Mayor Michael Chang, from Vice Mayor Sandra James, December 1st, 2003.
Thank you so much.
And so now the city manager has a present too.
And ex-Mayor Chang, I also have something here. A grateful appreciation for your 8 years of service.
I thought they only do this when somebody passes away.
Well, you have your own picture there. The community has changed very dramatically in the past 12 years since you were first elected, and you've been an agent of change in helping government grapple with keeping up with the changes, the cultural and demographic changes which have occurred in our community. You've also served as a trailblazer and have left a well-marked trail for those who will follow you, and it will make it easier for them to do that. In your 12 years, you have been passionate about the proposition that the newer immigrants, and remember we're all immigrants, the newer immigrants should take an active role and be a part of our community, and you've certainly done that. So I'm happy to present you with this plaque.
Michael, at this time we're going to ask you to take a seat. Do we have a seat for Michael? A special seat. And sit back and relax and enjoy the show. And at the end of the show, you get to say whatever you want. To start with, can we roll the tape, please?
I believe in giving back to the community. That's why I'm involved in our community. And that's something that I teach my students. And sometimes they say that I preach that to them. And so I figure I have to make my actions correspond to my words. And that propelled me into community activities and serving our community. And I've done so on the school board during the last 4 years. I'm a board member of the Cupertino Union School District.
And that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties
I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which you are about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
upon which I will be entering for the city of Cupertino.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter for the city of Cupertino as its mayor.
I swear.
Congratulations.
I foresee that Cupertino in 1998, like the tiger, will be characterized by vigor and energy.
3, 2, 1. Creekside is open!
On behalf of the city council and the city of Cupertino, I really want to thank the sister city committee, the Toyokawa City Committee, for putting on this festival for all of us to enjoy. This is also indeed a very special evening also for the City Council. I think this is one of the events, one of the most worthwhile and enjoyable events in our work in City Council. And it's such an important event because we get to recognize people that have been very special to us in our communities. I have really worked in City Council in a number of areas that I'm particularly proud of in terms of achievements. I'm going to just name 3. 1, quality of life. I believe that I have brought better quality of life to Cupertino. I advocated and voted for the diocese property in preserving 159 acres for open space. I advocated for the expansion of the senior center and voted for that. That senior center will be expanded to about twice its present size. I don't know about you, but each year we have these town hall meetings, and usually before I come, I feel, oh, okay, another town hall meeting, and kind of not sure what to anticipate, and I figured, well, there are other things I might be doing too, right? You know. But I have to say for myself that coming to a town hall meeting for me is it's always a lot better than I expected.
And that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties
That I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which you are about to enter
about which I am about to enter.
for the city of Cupertino.
For the city of Cupertino.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. The new library and civic plaza at $25 million is the largest civic investment in Cupertino's history. The new Cupertino Library, designed by award-winning SMVW architects, will open in October next year. And it's a real pleasure to have him here again today and to join us to be a VIP in our parade tomorrow.
This is the what? Cupertino's first Lunar New Year Unity Parade. How many people was at the parade this morning?
Well, we've come together for a great purpose here. You know, the trails is really dear to our hearts, important to the residents, increase the quality of our lives, all the good things that make this county, make this city what it is. Because it's a very substantial amount, so we need a very big check for this. And so
I hope that's all I need to do.
So here's a substantial pen. All right. Here we go.
Hi, Michael. Dolly Sandoval here. First, let me say congratulations on completion of 8 years of service here on the City Council and also 4 years on the Cupertino School District Board of Trustees. I met you back when you were a student at Stanford. Ed and I, you may recall, took you and Martin Carnoy's class rafting. I managed to keep you in the raft, and I think that was really the basis of the good relationship that we have today. So I want to just say congratulations to you. You have created a lot of positive working relationships here in the city of Cupertino, and you have huge shoes to fill that I will try to fill to a good degree of success. You remind me, Michael, of a tree. I know that sounds a little weird, but let me explain this. A tree has roots firmly seated in the ground. I see those as your values. I see those as always extending and turning and reaching new ideas. And then I see the trunk, kind of your stability. And that it probably includes Barbara and Jonathan and your daughter. And then I see you're branching out, always trying new things, pushing the envelope, striving for social justice and success, whether that's at your job at De Anza, whether it's working in the community or serving on the elected boards that you serve on. So I congratulate you on all that you do for the community. I know you'll be successful in your future, and I know I'll be reading about you in the newspapers. So thanks again for sharing your wisdom with me and for being a guide and a mentor, and I hope to make you proud of the work that I'll do in your stead. Thanks so much, and have a great time.
Michael, our city has been very fortunate to have you on the council for the past 8 years. Time after time, you have demonstrated great leadership, guiding the council, and especially so in times of crisis and controversy. Your sense of pride in community and the persistence in which you strive to mark your values upon the community have been a great gift. Although it goes without saying, you are strong in your belief and the vision you have for the community. It must be noted that you possess great superior diplomatic skills, and you have led us to consensus and agreement numerous times. You have been a great mentor. You are guiding beacon for diversity, and the manner in which you strive to promote these values is being reflected in the community we serve. You inspire me to run for City Council for the good of the community because you feel that together we can make a difference. As you face this final phase as City Councilman and begin your next phase in life, I want to remind you that you have lived a life that is full. You have traveled each and every highway. You have come across barriers, and much more than this. You took the blows, and you did it your way. Michael, thank you, thank you. It has been a privilege to be your colleague for the past 2 years.
So, Michael, hello from your colleague and friend Richard. I want to thank you first for convincing me and explaining to me that serving on the City Council is a form of community service. Because before that, I thought we all did it just for like selfish reasons. So, you really taught us that we were doing some good for our community by serving here at the city. I also want to tell you that I think that you have always served as a great example of somebody that has passion for the job and is willing to take the heat for what he believes in. And it's something that we all need some of. We need to stand up for what we believe in and fight for it. And you've been a great example of that, and we really appreciate that. And finally, I think you've always shown us that you can be a good family man. You can pay attention to your wife and your children and your home life and serve the city and have a job all at the same time and do all things well. So, Michael, thanks for the great example you've set for us and the mentoring you've provided to me and the leadership you've provided to the city. Thanks again.
Hi, Michael. Isn't this fun? You and I were together when you were first sworn in to the Cupertino School Board. I was on the board. You took Tommy Schwee's seat. Tommy and I were good friends then, and he was my first mentor. I remember when you were sworn in and you sat down the first night. And here we are, 12 years later. You're outgoing mayor, I'm incoming mayor, and it's my job to plan this wonderful evening for you. So it's been kind of fun for me to do that. We have some surprises, some big, some little. I hope you like them. But most importantly, it's to celebrate the 12 years that you gave to the community. I know together I was thinking back at some of the things we collaborated on. The first one when we were both on the school board that I'm very proud of, and I know you are, was the partnerships between the city and the schools to upgrade and maintain the sports fields on all of the schools. And then the senior center, we worked on that together, and I know that's something you're very proud of and a gift that all of us work together to foster senior services in this community. And now we have the library, which you've been involved in since the very beginning, and you and I have co-chaired together. So it's kind of like that tapestry of lives that interconnect over the years, I think, which tells us all that we're not really running the show here, somebody else is. I want to also thank your family, Barbara, Jonathan, and Jackie, because you and I both know you can't do what you do without the support of your family. And most importantly, I want to thank you on behalf of all the citizens, all the residents, the business people that live and work in this community for all the years that you've given to service, to help, and to work with us along the way as our community has changed and grown. Sit back, relax, enjoy yourself, and I hope you like the evening. We hope you enjoy that over the years, Michael, as your life continues to roll on, and that your children and your grandchildren will get a kick out of it too. We're going to bring it back at this time for council members to see if they have any additional comments they want to make, and then I'm going to open it to the community for those of you who have some things you want to say, and I know there are some people who have some proclamations also. So why don't we bring it back? Richard, you want to start?
Well, I don't want to be too redundant with what's been said on the tape, but I thought there were a couple of things actually that went unmentioned, and so I did want to bring them up. Michael, I think one of the greatest things that you've done is to share your knowledge and expertise and experience with younger people, and I'm sure somebody here will speak about Apolly, but just my brief interaction with the Leadership Institute, which Michael founded at De Anza College, just showed how he is willing to share what he does and the gift of leadership with other people. Michael, you have that gift. You've shared it with us. It's great. You share it with young people too. I do want to elaborate a little bit on the story about you teaching me about community service and serving on the council. The first time I met Michael, I was in Leadership Cupertino, and he came as a guest speaker to speak about running for office. And I was looking for a way to serve the community, and Michael is the one that made the connection that said that this is something good to do for others. I had really thought of politicians as pretty much a selfish bunch that just want to talk about themselves all the time. But Michael, your speech was convincing, and the irony of that is in the next election I ran against Michael, or with Michael, however you want to look at it, and fortunately we were both elected, but it was ironic that you got me started and then we ran together. We had a great campaign together, and one of the fondest moments in my memory of being involved in public service is when you and I agreed to have a clean campaign. And the essence of that, we decided, was we weren't going to talk about each other. We weren't going to mention each other's name in the campaign in order to just talk about our own visions. And it started a peaceful and fruitful 4 years of working together. So, Michael, thank you for all of that, and thank you for your leadership.
Well, Michael, I'd like to show my deepest appreciation for all the work you've done. You have been my colleague for the past 2 years, and I know you for almost 10 years. It seems a long time. You have been a good role model. You have been an instructor. I took the leadership of Cupertino and also took the Bridging the Gap, the summer class offered by the Asian Pacific Institute. And you have been very, very passionate to serve the community and really believe what is good for the communities. In your term as a city council member and two-term mayors, there are many accomplishments that I can go on, but I noticeably you have done a great job in bringing the Oak Valley development into a consensus and providing 160 acres of open land and trails, and while preserving the quality of life. The R1 ordinance is another one that provides the quality of life and greater setback for the neighborhood. And also your strong passion in education and start the leadership of Cupertino, and also the 5C, the culture, and also the Cupertino Library. I think you and I think Sandy really spearhead to get the project done. And I want to also congratulate you on your stand in promoting, embracing diversity in our community. You have been very persistent when introduced new ideas that amount to a change in the status quo. But when change occurs and when the necessity for it ultimately overcomes the resistance, it is such a great, going into a great period of history. Michael, you really have an affinity for the issue, while you also values the input of the community colleagues and other people, and engage in really actively listening to the people that you don't normally agree with. And you're very instrumental in promoting the cultural diversity, promoting all the festivals in Cupertino, and the Oktoberfest, the Unity Parade, the Art and Wine Festival, the Moon Festival, July 4th firework, and you will be greatly missed. And I ask you people to treat Michael nicely or he'll be back. But I want to close by making a statement saying that there's always a great woman behind a great man. Barbara, thank you very much for putting up with Michael, and great leadership and great patience. Thank you very much.
She could be beside or in front of also, but we won't go there. Dolly.
I think she's actually leading. Michael, to you and your family, a great congratulations, a huge congratulations. I know Jackie, Jonathan, Barbara, and even your mother are all quite proud of you and have put up with a lot to support you in your commitment to being involved in our community. So thanks to your family and thanks to you. Many years ago, I learned that if something has been said many times over, it doesn't need to necessarily be repeated. What I said on the CD that you have a copy of, you can look at as many times as you want. Thank you very much for your years of service, and congratulations and good luck in the future.
Thank you, Dolly. Well, Michael, I said quite a bit on the tape myself, but I have to I have to say that you and I have had some highly publicized differences of opinions on some issues. And I think what people forget is that after 12 years of working together, Michael and I were talking about this about a week ago, we probably vote the same on 98% of the time. I'm sure we do. And that 98% of the time somehow gets lost in the conversations. But it has been an interesting and exciting and memorable association. I think the two of us have worked very hard in this community and have accomplished some things that we can both be proud of and that the community can be proud of. The things that I remember most actually have to do with youth issues, certainly with your teaching at De Anza and the kind of collaboration that we do with the school districts. It's been very helpful to have your insights as to how the Foothill De Anza Community College District works, and some of your insights as to the college-age students and how we address some of their needs from a city council level. The other things have kind of been the highly visible things like the library and the senior center and Blackberry Farms and the Stockelmeyer property and, oh my goodness, all the different developments in town, and we could go on and on and on. But I think that you can leave office with some very fine accomplishments that you can be very proud of. And again, from where I sit, one of the biggest jobs I have tonight is to thank you on behalf of all the citizens, the businesses, the people that work and play and pray in Cupertino for the 12 years of your life that you gave for community service, because those of us who do that know just how much that takes away from other aspects of your life. And so I do thank you on behalf of all of them. And I'd like to open this to the community. I know those of you that have proclamations, perhaps you could come forth first. And if you can just kind of come forth and line up, we can take you one after another. The rest of you, if you could keep your comments to 3 minutes or under, we would appreciate it. And hopefully everyone will have time. We have to start a city council meeting at close to 6:45. So if you could just introduce yourself to us. Hi, Paul.
Paul Fong, 21060 Rainbow Drive, Cupertino, California. And I'm here to congratulate and thank Michael Chang for his years of service. I'll make this brief because I'm incredibly late for my board meeting at the Foothill De Anza Community College District. But I wanted to make sure that I attended this meeting to express my appreciation to Michael for his years of service and leadership. It makes me proud to be a Cupertino resident, and I look forward to spending more social time with you now that you're no longer on the city council. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
My name is Mary Maven, and I'm representing Congressman Mike Honda, who could not be here tonight as he is out of the country in Japan. But I just wanted to comment. I do have a resolution here, but I think that Michael Chang's legacy will be the imprint that he's left on our youth. When you need youth volunteers, you can always count on Michael Chang to bring the students with him. And what I noticed is that the kids come not just because they're committed, not just because they're coming for the community college units, but because they care. And I think that's a true sign of leadership and a true sign of being able to imbue your passion onto our youth. And I would like to recognize the students that are here from De Anza who have come to so many of the meetings and are wonderful young people. Let's give them a hand. And thank you so much on behalf of the Congressman for your leadership.
Michael, come on up. I hate having you way over there. Greetings, everyone. I'm Liz Niss. I'm the 5th District County Supervisor, and it's an absolute privilege to be here tonight. I have a whole resolution here, but we'll also be presenting that later in December to Michael by the full board. But tonight, let me just say 3 things as you go out of office, Michael. And let me also recognize that this comes from all of us on the board, and that also that Sheriff Lori Smith is here as well, representing the county, right in the second row. I am particularly fond of Cupertino, and as I came tonight, I thought of all the incredible things that you bring into this valley. Among them, you bridge diversity, you face cultural challenges, and you do it with such grace and such ease. And I think, Michael, you're very much, in part, to blame for that. And I really looked around tonight and I thought, This is an absolutely fabulous place to live. This is a city of the future. There's really no question whatsoever. So it's an absolute delight to be here. Of course, it's great to commend Michael for everything he has done, to compliment him as he goes through things that he's done for the youth, for the library. You've all said it beautifully already. I really don't need to duplicate that. But my joy has been in working for Michael over the last few years. We've shared many things, including many of those issues that involve youth, as has been mentioned. So I look forward to seeing you, Michael, on the 18th. Any of you who would like to come when Michael gets officially presented with this, because I will have to take it back tonight, I'm sorry to say. But let me leave you with a pin from the county. Have you got one spot left to pin on yet another pin? How about the other side?
This side,
There. And Michael now has the official county pin, and it has been my great joy to be here tonight representing Supervisor Alvarado, Pete McHugh, Don Gage, and of course, who am I missing? Jim Bell. Jim would be very sad to be left out. So congratulations. Yes, yes. Mwah. And let's hold this up so that we have the official. Now I'm going to take it back.
All right, okay.
Incredible lineup here.
Please. My name is Jeremy Nishihara. I am representing Assemblymember Sally Lieber as well as the rest of the Silicon Valley delegation from the state legislature. We brought a resolution this evening, and I know there's been a lot said, but I'm going to say some more and read one of the whereases. So throughout his distinguished service as mayor and council member, Michael Chang has demonstrated a superb ability to work with all people, to forge respectful and effective solutions to the challenges that face our community. And the integrity and compassion with which he has fulfilled his duties have earned for him well-deserved praise, and now therefore be it resolved by Assembly Members Sally Lieber, Rebecca Cohn, Manny Diaz, Joe Simitian, and Senator Byron Scheer that we honor the Honorable Michael Chang be commended on his long, distinguished record of leadership and applaud on his admirable display of responsible citizenship and dedicated service. Member Resolution number 3152, dated this first day of December 2003. Congratulations from all of the state.
Good evening. My name is Sean Fang. I'm representing Assemblymember Leland Yee from San Francisco. Thanks. We actually have a trio of people that we wanted to recognize tonight, and if I could have Kris Wang and Richard Lowenthal join Michael Chang up here. I think one of the accomplishments that was not mentioned was that Michael won the French Open at 17. But no, seriously though, we on behalf of Assemblymember Yee and the state of California State Assembly, we want to commend these three individuals for their dedication to public service. And with that, I have a couple of proclamations. Michael and Kris. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Unity Day.
Good evening, council members and dear friends. I'm waiting for my co-chair to join me.
I have to put on a different hat here.
That's right. My name is Michelle Hu. I'm the co-chair of the Lunar New Year Unity Parade. And here my committee members come here to say thank you to Michael. The Lunar New Year Unity Parade had a great success at our first event on March 8th this year. We're looking great right now and working very diligently for our next year's event. It will be on February 28th in 2004. Many people may know that my co-chair and council member, Richard Lowenthal, was the creator of the event, but the word of unity, however, came from Michael in a group discussion. And we wanted to bring the community's broad spectrum of cultures together while celebrating the Lunar New Year. Michael was our city's liaison last year, and he's our advisor this year. I thank him for his support and commitment to our event. I also commend him for his vision and dedication to the community and the entire community. On a personal note, Michael has been an outstanding community leader since 1991. He served 4 years on the Cupertino Union School Board and 8 years on the City Council. Some of his accomplishments include reestablishing the Leadership Cupertino project, initiating the idea of a state-of-the-art city library, and promoting a more diverse senior center. I want to thank him for his leadership, his passion, his pioneer spirit, and his selfless service to the entire community. Recently, the city passed a policy to embrace a demographic diversity, and I know that was something very dear to his heart. As the Cupertino Courier reported, the passage of the diversity policies is a swan song for Michael. Michael believes that this is the right thing to do for our community. His tireless efforts in promoting diversity will be remembered as his legacy. I'm sure that Michael will stay active in the community as there are many projects waiting for you. And with Mrs. Chen, Barbara's permission, and I hope that Michael can come back to run for other office in a couple of years. So now I'll see whether Richard would like to say something. We'll switch.
Well, I get too much time here. There was agreement when I just said I get too much time here. Michael, thanks for your help with the parade. It was absolutely essential to bring the word unity into the title of the parade, and it was more than symbolic. And I think the fact that we could join together to do this parade, and if you look at the nature of our committee, you'll see that we succeeded even in just organizing the committee. So thank you for your help.
Michael, we've been neighbors for a lot of years, and perhaps as well as anybody here, I can understand all that you go through when you serve the public in elected office. It's very easy to do well when things go smoothly. But you served with grace, under pressure, during controversy, and that's much more difficult. And you lent honor to your position when you did that and did it so well. And we thank you all very much for that. And we all know that it takes at least 3 votes to pass anything in this town. So you were able in many instances to build a consensus, both as a council member and later as a mayor. And as you go out of office, you can look back and see the many things that have happened in the last 12 years and be very proud that you were part of them. We thank you very much. Now that you will be having more free time and you will enjoy retirement, everybody will have something for you to do. Learn how to say no. And I look forward to having tea more often with you. Thank you very much.
I am Angira Day, a county member at the Lunar New Year Parade Committee, and I would like to thank Michael Chang because he has been a great, for me, enthusiasm. He's been a mentor in a way to bring me into the committee, and I feel really at home now with different, chairs, committee members in our committee, and thank you for it. It's a great pleasure.
My name's Ann Wu. We have to thank Michael for servicing the community especially to our organization, Chinese Performing Artists of America. He has been sitting in our advisory board for past 8 years and served as our MC for 3 times. So you have more time now, so you will serve us more. Anyway, I just hate to see you go, but I think the law is a good law. No matter how great a leader is, you would have to move on so that you can make room for the new leaders. Okay, but after some time, with a good thought, when you come out to run for another office, we shouldn't waste your talent. We all here would support him or be behind him, right? Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Fariba Nejad, and thank you, Michael. It was like yesterday when you introduced me to 5Cs, and since then, we are very active. I'm very active with City, and thanks for all your vision, and thanks for bringing all the countries together. Thank you.
Okay, last but not least, Arvind Agarwal. Michael, I've only had the opportunity of getting to know you for a year, but I've enjoyed working with you, and best of luck in the future.
Now, Michael, would you please come up here? Well, on behalf of Lunar New Year Unity Parade, we have a plaque for Michael. It says, proudly presents this award of appreciation to Dr. Michael Chang, Mayor of Cupertino, for your outstanding service, support, and dedication to the organization and the community, December 1st, 2003.
I know. Enjoy doing it too.
Stay for a second. I would like to ask Barbara to come up here. So for the flower that Michael, you need to share with Barbara.
Thank you. Okay, Mark, I hear you next, I think.
Good evening. I'm Mark Burns. I'm president of the Cupertino Chamber of Commerce. I wanted to take this time to present a certificate of appreciation from the Chamber of Commerce for Michael's support in his tenure on the City Council, for all of the programs that we've put together with the city's help, and we wanted to thank him for his work, and I won't make it too long. So thank you very much, Michael, and congratulations.
Welcome, Ben.
Hi, Michael. I'm Ben Liao, President of Board of Education for Cupertino Union School District, and council members, especially you, Michael. How can we make Cupertino better? Which was the question I believe prompted Mayor Michael Chang to run for City Council 8 years ago. Today, as we congratulate him on 8 years of great service, the question, how can we make Cupertino better, still continue to be asked. But the choices we have are very different from the answers we could think of 8 years ago. We now have a thriving Cupertino village. We have a future for Velco, and we will have a new library soon. There are a lot of other improvements around the city. Those were not options we had 8 years ago. Although we are still facing issues today, it's comfort to know Cupertino is better. So I'd like to congratulate Mayor Michael Chang and his colleagues for making Cupertino better. Michael started his elected career on the Cupertino Union School District. He worked on Major A to start the first wave of school renovation in our school district. But more importantly, he also helped founded the Asian American Parent Association, which is still actively serving our parents and students today. He also helped to strengthen Asian American for community involvement, which is serving underrepresented groups in getting their lives back together. Michael is a leader who often steps out of his comfort zone. He reached out to people and brought the community together. I especially like the work that, just like Councilmember Lowenthal said, doing with the young people in our community. He mentored and guided them by doing what he believes. Michael has experienced the issues of Cupertino, and it's not a city without issues, but a city become very best by overcoming the differences and transform itself to become a better city. By openly communicate issues, Cupertino has become a model for other cities and other agencies. I believe Mayor Michael Chang will help, with help from others, had established a good foundation for resolving future issues which we're facing our community. It's time for Michael to step down as mayor of Cupertino, but I believe the torch of public service in Cupertino he lighted 12 years ago will continue to grow and become brighter. So thank you, Mayor Michael Chang, for a job well done, and wish you a great start for another destination wherever it leads you. Thank you very much.
Michael?
Hi, my name is Michael Gottwald, and on behalf of the youth, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mayor Michael Chang for his years of service to the Cupertino City Council and wish him the best in his future endeavors. The youth would like to take this opportunity to thank him for everything he has done for the children and the adults of Cupertino and wish him the best.
Hi, Pearl Chang, a proud Cupertinian, like many in this room. And also I've had the privilege of serving on the Cupertino School Board, and it is in both capacities that I say a warm congratulations to Michael on this special evening. And I also extend a broad congratulations to the council, your colleagues, and city staff as you complete a wonderful year of some wonderful accomplishments and working little and big issues. It's not always an easy job, certainly. And I, as a citizen of Cupertino, thank you for the hard work that you put forth on behalf of all of us in the community. It is through your work where you role model what it means to work on behalf of the entire city. And that is not at all an easy task, and I thank you. And now to the man of the evening. I thank you too, Michael. As a fellow Asian American, you definitely talked, and not only talked, you put into practice what it meant to go forth and serve the public and serve the community and give back to the community. And it was through that modeling that others like myself were very interested and stimulated to say, yes, that is an important step to take, to care about a community so much, to actually go forth and serve. And I tell you that I am certainly enjoying it, and you have left a great legacy. I want you to know that. You are a man of vision and of great heart, and we care about you deeply, and we want to continue to hear your voice and to hear from your heart in this community in the days to come. And then last but not least, Barbara and the children, Jonathan and Jackie, thank you always, too, for the many, many years of sacrifice. This is not an easy job. Somebody that is in public service puts forth many, many hours, and not only of just looking at the issues that comes before them on paper, in the packets that come sometimes weekly, sometimes daily, but it is the thought process and the analysis and the talking with all members of the community that takes a great amount of energy and a great amount of heart. My sincere thanks to you, Michael, for all your time of service.
Marty Miller, member of the Cupertino Planning Commission. Imagine a job opportunity with long hours and low pay, requiring a willingness to tolerate personal attacks, with expectation of little in the way of praise, except for this evening is a clear exception, for doing a good job, but an expectation of swift rebuke for making a mistake. That in part describes some of the job of being a council member. With such a job description, Cupertino is fortunate indeed to have someone of Michael Chang's caliber to serve the community as council member and mayor for the last 8 years. My association with Michael is relatively recent. I first met him about a year ago when I applied for an opening on the Planning Commission, and since then, it's been my privilege to observe him in action and work with him on an issue or two. During this time, I've watched Michael bring an intelligent, fair-minded, and well-reasoned approach to managing the city's business. A seasoned public speaker with a clear grasp of the issues and a talent for diplomacy and consensus building, Michael has served our community well. Thank you, Michael, for your time, your energy, your commitment, and your dedication in service to Cupertino.
I would like to thank Dr. Michael Chang for being such a great leader, community leader, teacher, and a mentor. And I also like to thank you for being a great advisor for the De Anza Club Asian Pacific American Students for Leadership. If it wasn't for you, our members wouldn't be going to the poly class. And I must say that it's definitely one of the best classes I've ever taken because I've learned a lot for the Asian American heritage. Thank you once again.
My name is Evan Lowe, and we are students from De Anza College under Dr. Michael Chang, and we just want to thank you, Dr. Chang, for your commitment to education. We wouldn't be here where we are today because of you, and because of you, we are excelling, and we are doing internships in city government, we are doing community service, and we're trying to be community leaders thanks to you. So thank you for your commitment to education, and we congratulate you on the job well done. Thank you.
Dr. Chang was also my instructor, and I would say leadership characteristics can be seen through like the response of the constituents. And even today, we are still a close-knit class, and we, through Dr. Chang, we have been empowered and interested to take charge in community and everything he taught us, politics, everything. And you can see the result of his leadership and his guidance and his being there as a mentor to us today as we go on as high school students there were, and even college students, and taking a role in the community.
I want to thank Dr. Chang, Dr. C, as the students of De Anza like to call him. Thank you for, when I first came to De Anza, you came and welcomed me with open arms when I first attended a Apostle meeting. Serving as treasurer at the time and now as co-president along with Betty Yu. I have done a lot of growing, and I know that, and through ethnic identity and political identity, I know that I've grown, and I've aspired to go into politics after taking the poly class, and I know that I can make a difference, and it can be done. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Li Huiwei, Cupertino resident, also president of Organization of Special Needs Families. On behalf of special needs families, I want to say thank you to Michael. We seek your support. You gave us support. Not only so, you also give us recognition. With your help and guidance, we built a very solid foundation to provide quality and therapeutic programs for children with special needs. Thank you, Michael, and good luck, and wish the best for you.
My name is Peter Powell. I first met Michael when he got elected for his first term, and I just started my first project in Cupertino. He wasted no time in putting the hammer down on us, so we didn't really like him very much at the beginning. But over the years, I must say that you have earned my respect and my appreciation. You've been an outstanding leader, and even though it's off the council now, and I don't really have any reason to be nice to him anymore, I want to come personally thank you for a job well done. We miss you. I hope to see you good, and best of luck to you. And as well as the new incoming mayor, Sandra, we always found you to be wonderful to work with. I still remember the time that we had the unfortunate shooting incident at Cupertino Village that you came down, spent hours going around talking to every one of our tenants. You have been fair-minded. You always tell us what you think, but you never biased, never prejudiced. My wife said that you're a good person, and you know my wife is never wrong. So as an Asian business owner in Cupertino, you have a full support endorsement, and good luck on the mayorship.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Hi, Gary McHugh. As a member of the Cupertino Union School Board, I just want to thank Michael. I met him first in 1994. I attended a school board meeting, and I'm very impressed with his commitment to public education, and I'm surprised that such a young man can be an elder statesman at this point in time. But you know, I certainly hope that you will continue to be involved with our schools and to send us good talent. Thank you.
So, 2 more speakers, Michael, and then it's your turn. 3 more.
Nancy Newton, Fremont Union High School District.
Randy O'Connor, ex-school board member for the Fremont Union High School District.
Michael, it's my pleasure tonight to be here to congratulate you on 12 years of service to this community. And as an educator, you have provided a very special link to the high school district. Your emphasis on youth and youth activities and your celebration of diversity has provided us with many opportunities to partner, to work together. And we thank you for that and congratulate you on your wonderful service. We're pleased that we had an opportunity to work with you over the last 12 years. Congratulations from us all.
Randy Okamura, just to note, former school board members, there's been a lot of opportunities for us to work together, because I recall in the informal channels when Don Brown was the city manager and Joe Hamilton was a school board member, we had a lot of issues in terms of budgeting and resource officers, and I could always count on either Sandra or Wally Dean or Michael giving us a call. We need to talk. We talk, and then go to the next school board meeting. We didn't have to vote on anything, and the issue was resolved. So the dedication that every public servant has to the community and to the schools is nothing more embodied than by all our elected officials and people in this thing. But I can always count on Michael to discuss very many issues. And I'll just leave it this part. I couldn't help but resist it. But growing up in Hawaii, I had no idea I was going to grow up Asian American. And that's, I think that's the point that we're all trying to struggle with as we go forward, is that we know our roots and we share and we discuss and we move forward. And it's my great pleasure to be part of this community as a public official, and it's a great pleasure to know everyone in this room, in this community, and especially Dr. Michael Chang. Thank you.
We're going to end the presentations here with the sheriff. And then, one more, and then, because we do need to open a regular council meeting, so one more, and then Michael.
Hi, my name is Lori Smith, and I'm the sheriff. I was going to say that we saved the best to last, and perhaps we did. Michael, congratulations. It's been a pleasure working with you all of this time. And on behalf of the men and the women of the Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office, we're not only proud to serve the city of Cupertino, but we really appreciate all the assistance and support that we've received from you throughout the years. Thank you very much. We will have a formal presentation for you at a later date, but thank you.
My name is Jacqueline Fabre. I'm representing Cupertino Community Services, and I just want to say thank you to you, Michael, and Barbara. I'm so glad you're sitting next to Michael, because I want to thank you too and your children for the support that you've given Cupertino Community Services, for all that you've done to serve the community. And I know that you and your family have worked really hard on behalf of the community, and you're out there doing the big thing policy-wise, but in times when we need you to bell ring, you're out there in front of Target, the whole entire family, and your heart is in it. And thank you so much for all you've done, and congratulations. And here's to something bigger and better. Thank you.
Well, I'm Barbara Chang, and most people know me as Mrs. Michael Chang. And I want to say I'm really proud of that. And I've known Michael for 33 years. I think my mother-in-law sitting here is probably the one that knows him the longest. But I have to say that I am the luckiest because I am married to him. As a constituent, which I voted for Michael every election, I want to thank him for making Cupertino a better community to live in, and I will not live anywhere else but here. And I also want to thank the council members, the community, for all their support all these years to help make Michael successful. And lastly, as spouse, and on behalf of my children, I want to say, Michael, we want to have dinner with you every night.
Michael, would you like to speak to your audience?
I'm speechless. Don't find me like that very often, but I'm truly humbled and speechless, and really glad to be here, and all the people that are here tonight. I do want to thank you, because we do have many good things that are happening tonight. We have new council members that are being sworn in, new mayor that's going to be elected, vice mayor at the same time. And it's a very nice evening, and the 12 years of public service, this is more than what I ever expected. I never expected to be really thanked for public service, but so this is way beyond, much beyond my expectations, and I just want to thank everyone for making this evening, this farewell for me, so special. I want to start by thanking my family. I think that they sacrificed the most, and especially to my wife and to my children. We're a very close family. We like to actually spend a lot of time together, and because of my commitments, sometimes I really feel that I have shortchanged them, and I really am glad that I will be out of service and will be able to spend my time with my children during these few important years as they grow up, and time with my wife, and also with my mother, who had the great foresight of bringing me into this world. So I want to thank my mom. She's always behind me and giving me good advice on food and nutrition, as does my wife, and all the really good counsel and good advice that you expect from your family. So thank you for all your love. Thank you for all your generosity. I want to thank next my council members, present and past. I know Don Burnett is sitting over there, but it's been a real privilege to work with each one of the council members. I have learned much over the last 12 years, and much of it comes from people I work most closely with, whether it be council members or school board members before this. And I look at these community leaders, and all the media images of community leaders, at least elected officials, as just a little bit lower than take a chance here. Used car salespeople is not quite true. I see here, people truly dedicated to the community, willing to spend a lot of time to work through issues and really thinking for the good of the community. So it's been my privilege. I didn't absolutely intend to vote with Sandra James 98% of the time, but it turns out that way, and it's a real privilege to do so, though, because we are right on the issues together. And so with each council member, and I include Kris Wang here, who will be joining the council in just a few more moments here. Kris, it's been great, having to know you, having a chance to, support you. I know you will be a wonderful council member. You distinguished yourself when you were in commission and Park and Recreation as chairperson, very seasoned in our community. There's still a lot to learn, obviously, when you go on council, but you have all the right qualities to be a great council member. And I just envy you to be at this point, to be at the very start of your elected career. So my congratulations to you, Kris. And then to Patrick, my elder brother that has been on council, has always been the kind person and gentleman, and always give me the kind of advice and try to calm me down and talk things over. And he really is a man of the communities, served on so many boards, whether it be YMCA, whether it be Chinese Historical Project, so many boards, and so well qualified with 30 years of experience in city government. We couldn't find a better council member, and it's a real pleasure to serve with you, Patrick. I really cherish those moments together. And then Richard. Richard is a real leader, and I think that his election amounts to a mandate here in the city of Cupertino, and I think he is supported. I did a close analysis of the election results, and I couldn't find anybody who didn't vote for you, Richard. So Richard, you've been a real leader. You add a depth of thinking to our council coming from the private industry. You are impatient with change, and you expect things to be done with high-tech speed, and that is wonderful for our council and city. And you certainly have brought the community together, and it's been great partnering with you on that. Thank you so much, Richard. And Dolly and I got elected the same year. And I do thank Dolly and her husband, Ed Hoffman, for keeping us all afloat 12 years ago. And I have learned so much from Dolly. And she may say that I'm a mentor, but she's really my mentor. And she has worked so hard in the community, have shown so much leadership, and has really county-wide prominence. And so it's been a real pleasure to serve with you, Dolly, on the same council after serving in a college district that was under your board and guidance for so many years. So it's a real pleasure. With Sandy is absolutely right. I spent my whole career with Sandy, I think, right? Except for, there must have been a couple of years when I got elected to the city council. Yeah.
Well, I was on the school board and you were here.
Right. But we were very close together. And so Sandy actually has the longest tenure as an elected public official. I believe she's going on her 14th year now to this year, am I correct? 15th year right now. And so she is very seasoned, very experienced, and her contributions to our community has been varied and many. And it's been a real pleasure to be able to serve with her both on the elementary school board and middle school board, as well as council. I have a prediction that she will be a great mayor this year again. This will be something that she has done before, and that I suspect that she will rise to the task again as mayor and would lead our city really well. I understand last week we were in in Taiwan. Our sister city visited us a number of times, and I feel that there's an importance for us to reciprocate to them. And so I was in Taiwan with Council-elect Kris, Wang, and a few other members for the last few days. And we spent 4 days there. And we just got back late last night. And I understand that Sandy had did a apology in the community, and I want to say how much I respect you for doing that, and that how that shouldn't mar your excellent track record as a community leader and all your contributions. Sometimes, in fact, sometimes we all do things that we do not intend, and other people might feel differently from that. And that's something that happens to us all. Each one of us have done that, in fact. And I think that your gesture really helps to bring the community back together. And I really look forward to your term as mayor, too. I hope that would be the case. To the senior staff here and to all our staff, a great thank you. It's been a pleasure to work with each one of you. The quality of your work is superb, and I say that to each one of you. I've never had to second guess your thoughts. You were always straightforward with me. You were always professional. You were always willing to stretch yourself to think outside the box, and just very competent. As a city, we're very lucky to have a senior staff that we have, and the kind of staff that you have in turn recruited. My great thanks to you for serving our council and our community, and a deepest appreciation for all your help and assistance during my last 8 years. And finally, the people in the community, I thank my supporters for supporting me. I thank them for working closely with me on issues, because as people know, when you get elected, you don't get anything done by yourself. It has to do with many people in the community, whether they're here. Many are here. There are many that are not here tonight that have worked together. It has been a real pleasure for me to work with each other on many, many issues. There are so many issues in our community, and it really is an honor and a pleasure for me to be able to serve here in Cupertino. I do agree with what some of the speakers say. This is, in fact, the best community, and this is, in fact, a community that has shown great leadership in our fast-changing world. And it is not something that is done with just one or two people. It has done with many, many people working together, sharing that vision together, talking with each other, communicating with each other, arguing with each other, and trying to understand each other too, and respecting each other. And so I think that we have moved forward together. It's a community that is very special. I regard this a community as a model in many ways for Silicon Valley and in the Bay Area that we live in. And I finally want to thank the residents and citizens of Cupertino that was willing to give me a chance, an immigrant that come to this country, and to allow me to serve the people and to have faith in me and to re-elect me. And it's really a humbling experience, and it's a great experience at the same time. So I do want to express my deep felt appreciation to the voters that allowed me to serve. Thank you very much, and on with our city.
Thank you, Michael. And next on our agenda is the oath of office for our newly elected And
Yes.
turn it over to Kim.
Thank you. I'd like to have Councilmember Richard Lowenthal come down, please.
There
you go. You had this memorized, right?
rehearsed it 4 years ago.
Okay, if you'd raise your right hand, please.
That's
the good one.
Thank you.
And recite after me. I, Richard Lowenthal, do solemnly swear
I, Richard Lowenthal, do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And now it's time for Councilmember Kris Wang. Raise your right hand, please. I, Kris Wang, do solemnly swear
I, Kris Wang, do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution.
I, Kris Wang, do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duty
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
upon which I am about to enter the city of Cupertino.
Come on up here, Kris, and join us. Okay, now we're going to take just a little bit of time for council member comments, and I know the newly elected would like to start. Richard, why don't you start us?
I am going to. It is very late, actually. We are supposed to be done 10 or 15 minutes ago, so I am going to start by tearing up my speech, which was a full page. I want to thank my family, first of all, my wife Ellen and Lindsay. If you guys would stand up, I know that'll embarrass you horribly, but and my daughter Kimberly, who can't be here tonight. And I want to thank my committee and my supporters and my endorsers for your time and your money and your energy and your endorsements and your faith in me. And I want to thank the voters for once again entrusting me with operating this fine city. I appreciate each and every one of the votes that I received, and I will work hard for you, and I will do the best that I can to make Cupertino an even greater place to live and to work and to raise kids. And I think that's probably enough said. Thanks.
Kris.
Thank you. This is my first time, so I'm not going to follow and tear it apart this. Well, let me introduce my family from the audience seats. My husband, Gene. His parents, my in-law, sit next to him. My older son, Shanko. My younger son, Sherman, is in school, couldn't be here tonight. My two sisters are here tonight, Amy and Sharon. And last but not least is my niece, Denise Liu. Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank my family, my husband and my family. They have given me so much support and showed me how much they love me throughout my campaign. Who else, other than my husband, that would be there for me day and night, running to the copy centers and 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff the envelopes for me. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Also, a very great thank you to the outgoing Mayor Michael, who have not stopped showing me the leadership in the community. I'm working with Michael when I was on Park and Rec. I have known Michael quite well, and he have always had a huge heart. He has always put the community first. I respect and admire Michael for that. Thank Michael. And lastly, I wanted to say thank you to my supporters and the community for believing in me. The community soon will see that I will, my promises were not just the spoken words during my campaign. I intended to put my passion and my efforts into serving Cupertino. And I also excited to be part of this wonderful team, and I'm excited to work with them in progressing Cupertino. Thank you.
Thank you, Kris. Patrick?
Well, Richard, it's been a privilege to work with you for the past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to work with you for the next 2 years or maybe next 6 years. And Kris, congratulations. I think you worked really hard in your campaign, ran a really honest campaign, and you had a lot of experience brought to the city, and I'm looking forward to work with you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Golly. Kris, I think one thing that you're going to find about this group of folks that you'll now be spending a lot of time with is that we're all very different, and we all work very hard, and we take this job very seriously. And I think you will note that as of tonight, if you haven't already noticed that. And when the community says, when the community comes to the council and asks for us to do something, we try very hard to make it happen. And so congratulations on your election, and welcome to the council. Richard, it's been a pleasure to work with you for 2 years, and I know that all 5 of us going forward will listen very much to the community and try and pursue their efforts as much as possible. And thanks for joining us. Thank you. Well, Richard, I remember when you interviewed me. You were in Leadership Cupertino 4 years ago, and you had to interview a community leader. And he came and met me at my favorite breakfast place. I'm sure you all know where that is. And I was very impressed with Richard. We must have spent a couple hours talking, and during our conversation somewhere, I read him as an honorable man, certainly intelligent, sincere, and I encouraged him to think about running for city council. I was delighted when he did, and I have thoroughly enjoyed working with you over the last 4 years. We've worked very hard. You're a hard worker. I value people who work hard, and Richard is a hard worker, and he's always there when I ask him to participate in something, or when I need him to sit down and talk with me so that we can kind of play with some ideas together. And I think we've done good work, Richard, work we can be proud of. And I am absolutely delighted that you're sitting back up here again for my last 2 years. Thank you, God. Kris, most of you don't know that I've known Kris for a very long time. I knew Kris, I think we figured out maybe 10, 12 years. Oh, yeah. I met Kris when I was on the school board, and she was principal of one of the Chinese schools. and I used to spend a considerable amount of time in the Chinese schools. I was impressed with her. We spent some time together. We did a lot of projects and worked with young people mostly. And I encouraged her to apply for the Parks and Rec Commission, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago.
I remember you voted for me.
4 years ago. And she has done a very good job. We've worked on the skate park. We've worked on the teen center. We have worked on many issues together. I endorsed her for this election. I am delighted that she is here with us, and I look forward to working with you, mentoring you, learning from you, as we all work together to move this city forward. Congratulations, and congratulations to your family and also to Richard's again. I know how much hard work it is for families, so we value your input also. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Sandy, could I have 1 minute to talk about Kris?
I'm sorry. Of course you may.
Yeah, thanks.
Of course you may, Richard.
And Kris might talk about it, maybe not. But I just want to thank you for running a great campaign. We ran a campaign of colleagues. We just assumed we would be serving you all together. We worked from day one on what we would do together. We were tempted. There were a lot of temptations to take up some messy issues. Some messy issues go by as you campaign, and neither one of us sniffed at them even, or picked them up and ran with them, because we assumed we're both dedicated to the community. And Kris, I really appreciate your campaign and the spirit of collegiality that it brought. We've worked together on the Unity Parade. I welcome another former Parks and Rec commissioner, so we can work on parks and trails together. And I'm really excited to have you on our team. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We have a very full evening, and we've run over, but we do need a 5-minute break. I've been requested that. I would suggest that those of you who want to keep your seats, you might not want to leave, or you may want to tell somebody to hold on to them. And the rest of you, as people leave that aren't going to stay, if anybody isn't going, please come in and take the seats, but come in and fill in anyway. And we will be back in exactly 5 minutes and get started again. And we will be, just so you know, electing a mayor and a vice mayor, and we will take community input at that time also. I want to open this session of the City Council. We can dispense with the Pledge of Allegiance, but I think we should do it again. So let's stand up and do it again.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I think that's important, particularly when we have people in foreign countries fighting for our liberty. I'll have the clerk call the roll, please.
Councilmember Sandoval.
Here.
Kwok.
Here.
Wang.
Here.
Lowenthal.
Here.
Acting Mayor James.
Here. I'd like to just explain the process for everybody. First of all, we will have nominations for mayor, and after that for vice mayor, and then we will swear in our mayor and our vice mayor, and then we'll open it for comments, and then we'll all go party, okay? So I open nominations for mayor.
I would like to nominate Vice Mayor Sandra James to be mayor.
Second. Okay, it's been a motion and second. Someone has asked for discussion, so we're going to open it for discussion.
Yeah, I want to make an argument to my fellow council members on to vote for Sandy for mayor. Just a moment of how the process works. You elect us by a direct vote of the people. The council then has the job of appointing a mayor, which we do by taking this vote tonight. I've had a lot of mail forcefully saying that I have to vote for Sandy tonight. I have letters that cite that I must do it because of the number of votes she got. I have had letters saying that we must do it because that's the way we've always done it. I've had some letters that are very negative about why I shouldn't vote for somebody else. I've had several that have threatened me with recall if I don't vote for Sandy. I always appreciate hearing from our residents. Even though some of you can get a bit extreme at times, even cruel, but still I like hearing from you. My decision tonight is not based on those letters. I've had a chance to work with Sandy as a council member and as a mayor. I know her heart lies in doing what she thinks is best for Cupertino. Sometimes I don't agree with what she says or does. Frankly, I didn't agree with her on the issue that started some of this nasty mail. My vote is guided only what I believe is best for Cupertino. I start with the traditional rotation. I think it's right for us to follow the tradition unless there's a substantial reason not to. There is no such reason. Sandy is a fine and proven leader. She's shown that she can and will accomplish results for the people of Cupertino. Whatever was said or done about a single issue is not sufficient to turn our back on 6 years of leadership and service and devotion to all of you. So I want it known that I don't vote for Sandy because of her vote count in the 2001 election or because of threats, nor would I vote against her because of some disagreement on a single issue. I'm voting for Sandy because it is her turn. She's proven, she's an able leader, and she's the best choice for Cupertino. Thank you.
Further discussion from council.
I'd like to say something.
Kris?
Well, I'm the new member on this board. I'd just like to say something. Over the last few months, a deep wound of controversy has existed in our Cupertino community and has left us in a standstill. Well, it doesn't really matter how, who, and what created that wound, or whether or not it even should have existed. We're all to blame for the continuously making it worse and preventing Cupertino from progressing ahead. As now, all others must surely agree, it is time to move on. Let us seal the wound and allow Cupertino to move ahead in this exciting time. We must remember that we are representing Cupertino, and we must keep Cupertino's interests at heart. Sandra James has demonstrated its leadership and has the experience to move Cupertino forward, and it also has a team of this dedicated council member to work alongside her. Therefore, my vote for Mayor of Cupertino goes to Sandra James.
Abraham Lincoln, in one of his speeches, stated that the house is divided, cannot stand. And the person that I am voting for, the mayor of Cupertino, in my opinion, and also respecting the voters of Cupertino, is that somebody that can bring harmony to the community and moving on. Because right now, Cupertino has a lot of other issues that we need to take up on the issues, and the mayor issue is not relevant at this time. Vice Mayor James has demonstrated leadership and experience, and the event that happened last week also further demonstrate my confidence in Vice Mayor James, that she is a strong leader. She can bring harmony to the community, and I was hoping that my confidence in Sandra James can bring it to one community. Let's work together and move forward. Together we'll improve the quality of life in Cupertino and make everybody in our community that we are proud to be a Cupertinans.
Sandy, thank you for your 6 years of service here on the council, for helping me through my first 2 years of council work. And as I heard correctly earlier, I think it's 15 total years of elected service. But we, both here on the dais, in the audience, in the viewing audience, and out in the community, know that you've given more than 15 years of service to this community. And if we had to actually add up all the hours, and if you were actually paid for all those hours, you would have made a bundle of money. You should be overwhelmingly commended for your work, particularly over the last week, for your responsibility over words that you did not intend to hurt, but I believe some community members felt hurt, for your stepping up and being the leader that you have been for 15 years. And I'm thankful that you did that. You and I have had regular and frank discussions ever since we've known each other. And I was more than pleased to second the nomination for you to be mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we can open conversation to the audience if there's anyone that wants to speak at this time. Otherwise, we can wait till after the vote is taken.
Take the vote.
Okay, then I'm ready for a vote. Please vote with your lights.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you very much. I'm going to save my comments for a little bit later. Now I want to open the nominations for vice mayor.
I'd like to nominate Patrick Kwok to be our next vice mayor.
Second.
This motion is second. Is there discussion? Then I'm ready for a vote. Vote with your lights, please.
Motion carries with Councilmember Kwok abstaining.
Well, Kim, it's your turn to...
Yes, I'd like to give the oath of office to the new mayor, please. If you'd repeat after me, please. I, Sandra James, do solemnly swear
I, Sandra James, do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino, so help me God.
And now it's time for our new vice mayor. Raise your right hand, please. I, Patrick Kwok, do solemnly swear
I, Patrick Kwok, do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the constitutions of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the constitutions of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the constitutions of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the constitutions of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion.
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
upon which I am about to enter for the city of Cupertino.
I'm going to bring it back here for council members' comments, and then we'll open it to the public for your comments. So, Patrick, I'm sure you probably have something you want to say.
Well, the only thing is that I am looking forward to serve under you as mayor. And I'm very excited, and I think we have a lot of issues facing Cupertino. With the help of the council and with the help and input from the communities, I think it will make it happen, and it's going to be a good 2 years, 1 year from now, and I think it is going to be a good year for Cupertino, and I'm excited, and I'm thanks for the support from the mayor and also from fellow councilmen and also the residents of Cupertino, and I'm looking forward to serve you. Oh yeah. I am so excited I forgot my family. So I want to introduce my family.
That's why I'm the mayor.
Susan Kwok, my wife. Stacy, my daughter. And Candice, and my other daughter. The other daughters and son cannot be able to make it, but they send congratulations in spirits. Thank you very much.
Dolly?
We have a lot to do these next few years. We've got a sports center opening, a library opening, an economic crisis to address sooner rather than later. But I believe under the great leadership that we have here today and with the help of our exceptional staff and a lot of good input from our residents that we will go forward. Thank you both for what you're about to endure, and thank both of your families for what you are allowing our colleagues to give up in terms of time, family time. Thank you.
Kris?
I want to go first? Okay. As Sandy just mentioned, that we know each other for a long time, and we have a long history together. And I'm glad this is recorded, so whatever Sandy have offered, I'll take it all. And congratulations to both of you, and I'm here to give a fully support to the mayor, our new mayor, and the new vice mayor, and I'm sure you will do an excellent job and to move Cupertino forward. Thank you.
Richard.
Patrick, congratulations on becoming vice mayor. You couldn't study under a better teacher than Sandy, so you'll be close by there and learning a lot and preparing for your next year, and I think you're going to do a spectacular job at it. Sandy, congratulations to you for becoming our mayor again. You certainly have earned it. We need your leadership. Cupertino has a way now and then of kind of drifting apart, and you have more experience than any of us at bringing us back together. And we need a little bit of that now, and I'm certain you're the person to do it. I'm excited about your leadership and the many things we're going to do together here for the city of Cupertino during the next year. It's going to be a great time, and we're going to move on building some new parks and finishing the new library and doing a grand opening, and you're going to do a spectacular job at conducting that, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to be on your team. So welcome and congratulations.
I would like to welcome Kris again to the team. And I want to congratulate Patrick. Patrick, you and I have spent many conversations already, just so the community knows, talking about the coming year and talking about working together and talking about how I like to work with the vice mayor as a partner. And we agreed on just about everything that we discussed so far. So I think that we're going to be a good team. I think that we'll be a good team of 5 people to move this community forward. I do have some comments, but I want to introduce my family first. And let me tell you something, folks. The last 9 months has been incredibly difficult for my family and the people that love me. And I have a lot of thank yous to give today, and I will do that because I truly do believe it's the challenges in your life that define your character, not the accolades. And this city has been challenged over the last year. Really challenged. Challenged from the outside, challenged from the inside. And I think tonight that you see 5 people united in selecting their leaders, and it is a huge, huge moral victory for this city. I truly believe that. Beyond who's mayor or who isn't mayor, beyond whether Sandy James is mayor or isn't mayor, are more important issues here. Issues that have splintered our community apart. Newspapers and outsiders have labeled us as not being able to live together, and I've lived here for over 35 years, and I'm here to tell you that is not true. That we are a community that not only lives together, but loves together, that prays together, that that works together, that goes to school together, and that solves problems together. And you know, the harder they are, the harder we work together to solve them. And I am committed, as are the 5 of us, to spending this next year proving that to ourselves and proving that to this region and showing what and who Cupertino really is. Because we are not this group and that group. We are all of us together, a community, a city, a group of people who choose to be here for many of the same reasons. You may not know it, but I'm a first-generation American also. My father came over here. His father deserted them, 8 children and his mother, and they landed in New York, Irish immigrants, and changed their name because they were so prejudiced against, from O'Talley to Tully. And I came to Cupertino because I have a special needs sister, and she could not get the schooling in New York she needed. So I came here for the Cupertino School District also. There are a lot of us that share a lot of stories, and all those stories make up the tapestry of who we are. And together, we are going to move forward. One of the things this group is going to do immediately is we're going to have a roll up your sleeves, get everything on the table, figure out who we are as a group, how we move forward, what our hot buttons are, and make you proud again of a united council that you can look up to, that you can come to, and that you can work with to move this city forward. There's some very special people in my life here tonight that I want to share with you. My son, Justin. My son, Justin. Stand up, Justin. My son, Justin. I am so proud of him. My son and I have been doing this alone for 13 years now, since his daddy died. And we've been through some tough times, haven't we? But each time we get through them together, and at the other end, we are stronger, we are closer, we are better. And I am so proud of him. He's a student at USF. He has chosen his life career, and he's got an internship in that career. And he is just a deep, introspective, honest, caring, loving person. And he's been there for me, guys, all the time. Many of you told me when he came to a city council meeting, he'd never done that. And for all the 15 years I've been on the council, he came here to defend his mama and to stand up for what was right. And many of you told me that if you had a child, you would hope that he would do the same thing. So I'm very proud of him. And he's not in class tonight to be here. My daughter, Amber, and my very new, very first granddaughter, Ava. Amber, stand up again, please. Amber has given me a gift in the middle of all this trauma that brought me back to earth and taught me what it's really all about. And Patrick and I have talked about that a lot. He has a 2-week-old grandchild. So we share that, and we share a spiritual belief, Patrick and I, that's gotten us through some tough times. So I am proud of, and the new daddy, Jason, also. I am very proud to have you here tonight, and I'm very proud that you've stuck by me all this time. I'm one of those people who doesn't have a real close, loving family. I grew up in a not very nice situation. So I have adopted my own family. I get to choose. Mary Ellen Chell, stand up, Mary Ellen, is my adopted and my choice for a sister. And she has been my sister for a long time. I'm very proud of her, and she's been there for me, and she's been there for this community. I have 2 other parts of my family. Captain Bob Wilson said to me years and years ago, the Sheriff's Department, "You're family now, Sandy." And I thought, what a nice thing to say. I had no idea what it meant, but I know now. And the Sheriff's Department is here in force to support me tonight, starting with Sheriff Lori Smith, Captain Hirakawa, Commander Bacon, and Lieutenant Smedley. Right.
Captain.
Oh, Captain. Oh, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain. Thank you. And they have become a very important part of my family. And I treasure them. I treasure everything about them. And in addition to that, we're very lucky as a community because they protect us, and they do a darn good job. The firefighters are also part of my family, and they couldn't be here. They're out protecting us. But they sent their best wishes, and I spent time with them over the holidays in the firehouses. 5 years ago, I started a tradition along with Michael Lashen from Hobie's, and I take coffee cake on Thanksgiving morning and spend some time with those that give up their family for the holidays for us. And so they sent their hello and their best wishes. And now comes a man that you all know. Last year he was your Citizen of the Year. Doesn't want me to say that. And he happens to be my guy, lucky me. We've been together a long time, about 8 years. And Michael Lashen has been there through this whole horrible year for me. He's the one that saw me when I was down. He's the one that held me when I cried. He's the one that gave me advice that helped me get through to the next stage. And he's an example of a relationship that gets either better when you face serious challenges or breaks apart. And ours just got better and deeper. And I love him. Michael, please stand up. Michael Lashen. One other family that's part of my family is the Bruner family, and some of them are here tonight, Mike Bruner and Melanie, and I know some of your kids are here, and they adopted me years ago, and I adopted them, and Mike and I have breakfast every Friday morning, and we kind of share family stories that I don't get to share with other families because I don't have that, and they've also been a big part for me. I can name all kinds of people, almost everyone in this room, that's helped me through this last year, but I have to mention the Chamber, because they're sitting there in force. I think almost every board member's here tonight, starting with their president, Mark Burns, and their executive director, Jody. And they have been strong business partners, constituents, and they stood up when they saw things they didn't like, things they thought were wrong, and they spoke out, and I think it was a gutsy thing to do, and I think it speaks well for a chamber with a new mission to really have a strong leadership role in the city of Cupertino. So I am not going to try to thank everyone because I'll forget someone. But I do want you to know that I have learned a lot in this last year. And some of the members of the community who are not elected officials, just regular people like you and I, Chua and Leiwei are two of them. There are many who came to me and took my hand and said, we don't like what we see. We know it is very simple to solve. It's simply a matter of language communication that went wrong somewhere along the way. Let us help you figure out how to fix it. And they did it in a loving, caring way, a very loving, caring way. And we fixed it. I hope to everyone's satisfaction finally, because as my fellow council members have said, we have a lot of work to do here. We do have a library to open. We have serious budget issues because of the state's financial situation. We have a teen center, yes, that we are finally going to open 5 months ahead of time. We have a new sports center to open. We have a new park to open. We have some businesses that we need to shore up and help be successful because the economy is so lousy that they're hurting. And we have to strategize how we do that. And we have people now telling us that maybe we've done enough building for a while and they'd like us to do less building or that our building should be different. And we need to pay attention to that too. And we have Blackberry Farms, which we're looking at. So we need all of you. I need all of you. I can't do this alone. The 5 of us can't do it alone. But together, we can really create miracles. And that's what we're going to do this year. So climb on board and hold on to your seats because it's going to be a bumpy but a fun ride. And now I'm going to open it to all of you, anyone who wants to come up and say something. Please come forward.
Hi, my name is Michael Gottwald, and I am here to represent the youth of Cupertino, and me and the youth of Cupertino would like to congratulate new Mayor Sandra James for her 2nd term as Mayor of Cupertino. And congratulations to Vice Mayor Patrick Kwok. Also welcome back to returning Councilmember Richard Lowenthal for 4 more years on the Cupertino City Council, and to welcome new Councilmember Kris Wang, and we wish her the best.
I'm Chi-Hua Wei, and this is my wife, Li Hui Wei. And we know Sandy because I have an autistic son, and Sandy has a special needs sister. And we learn with each other what is the true meaning of community service and what is the true meaning of love. And tonight I want to tell you, every one of you, I am a very proud Cupertino citizen and a resident. And tonight, because I witnessed, we have a torch passing from a great leader, Michael Chang, to another great leader, Sandy James. I respect Sandy for her courage, for her honesty, and I also respect the whole council. And tonight, I see 5 leaders sitting there. I am deeply touched by all of you. And I think together, you all are going to bring the harmony to this community. And I truly believe that we work together. This is going to be a wonderful and loving community to live. Thank you so much.
My name is Chester Wang, and I'm a business owner in Cupertino. Congratulations, Mayor Sandra James, and also Vice Mayor Patrick Kwok. And congratulations for all the City Council for your wise choice. I have been with the John Venture Silicon Valley for 6 years as board member, also served in 1 term in the YMCA Cupertino. During this time, I have worked with Sandra many times for different issues. Sometimes we have different opinion for certain votes issues, but Sandra always speaks her heart. She has a good character. That part I can guarantee. It's a very good character and also high integrity. So we are very happy. City of Cupertino is under a great leadership, both under Sandra and Patrick. Thank you, Sandra, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chester.
Who said stand up? My buddy. I knew it. I am standing up. This is all there is. I am a block leader. The Cupertino block leader for Westridge. It needs work. I can certainly see good examples of how to do that, and I am going to do it. It may take a long time. Last spring, I stood in this podium and was pleading with the City Council to be the good City Council I knew that it was. By golly, it's happened again, and I am totally delighted. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, outgoing mayor. Thank you, incoming mayor. Thank you, incoming Vice Mayor and City Council persons, and most of all, thank you to the wonderful staff of the City of Cupertino, without which it couldn't happen at all. We've been very fortunate. I want to say one other tiny thing. Recently, we had an incident in my neighborhood, and I want to tell you, code enforcement works. There was the back end of a great large dump truck was there, parked in one of the 2 blind corners on Majestic Oak Way, where I live. And I thought I better do something about this. I called, code enforcement came, left them a little note. Now, by jingo, they have the sense to park in a safe place, and it's okay. I realize a lot of building has to go on there from time to time. So, as Cupertino Senior Block Leader Mavis Smith, who lives at 22734 Majestic Oak Way, I thank you all. It's been a great opportunity. I love being here this evening.
Hi, I'm Sharon. Sorry, I lost my voice today. I live at 2081 Schofield Drive. Kris is my sister. I'm a represent the family to give the best wish and congratulations to my sister. Not finished yet. Just want to say thank you very much, Michael. Be such successful and mayor for City Cupertino in the past few years, and make Cupertino is so progressive, and really appreciate. Hope the new mayor and the vice mayor and the
board member will help continue keep the city of Cupertino progressive like we had. Thank you very much.
Good evening again, Mark Burns, President of the Chamber of Commerce of Cupertino. We want to say congratulations to you, Sandy. We want to thank you for your kind words regarding the Chamber of Commerce. We look forward to a productive and mutually beneficial relationship between the city and the Chamber in the years to come as we've enjoyed in the past. I want to thank you all on the City Council, both newly elected and those returning, for serving as city council members. A lot of times you don't hear the thank yous enough that you should, and we all appreciate the great work that you've done and that you will be doing in the future. We're certain of it. So thank you very, very much. And I'd like to present to Sandy the tallest flower arrangement of the evening.
I used to be this tall when I started here.
My name is Jacqueline Fabre from Cupertino Community Services. I want to congratulate Richard and Kris. Looking forward to working with you. Sandy, I want to congratulate you. I am delighted that you're mayor of Cupertino. I believe that you are a passionate and committed leader for all people. And congratulations. Very happy.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Hi, my name is Nolan Chen. I'm a member of the Public Safety Commission here. Before I begin, I just want to take one more opportunity to thank Michael Chang for his 8 years of service on our City Council. What I always appreciated most about him was his enthusiasm for public service and how he encouraged people like me to take more of an interest in local government and in serving our community. And I have no doubt that he will continue to use his gifts and talents in helping to make Cupertino and our community an even better place. But tonight I'd like to congratulate Sandy James on becoming our next mayor. I know that even long before the controversy of the past year, you've always been very active in reaching out to meeting and listening to different members of our community. And I especially appreciate all the hard work you've been done in reaching out to businesses outside our community and bringing them here to Cupertino. I really admire your strength of character and your perseverance, and I know you'll make us proud. And I know that you, along with the other council members, will continue to make Cupertino a great place to live and work for everybody. And as a final note, I want to add that this peaceful transition of power which we witnessed tonight is another reminder to me of what a great city and what a great country we live in. Although we may have our differences, we are all brought here together by values we share. We all want to live in quiet, safe neighborhoods. We all want good schools for our kids. And we all want to live in a community where our different voices are respected and heard. And I know that each of these 5 council members understand this. And for this reason, I'm very optimistic that our city has a very bright future ahead with this new city council. Thank you.
Thank you, Nolan.
Hi, everybody. My name is David, and I'm a student at De Anza College, and I'm proud to say I'm a friend of Mrs. James, so I just want to say congratulations on becoming mayor. Also, congratulations, Mr. Kwok, on becoming vice mayor. We're really proud to have you guys. And one thing I know that you deeply care about improving the city, and I really appreciate that because it comes from within her. And so thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Hi, my name is Wang. I guess from now on, I'll be known with my my new title, the husband of Kris Wang, new Cupertino City Councilwoman. Just a few words to say. I'm proud of my wife, Kris Wang's courage and enthusiasm to serve the community. I'm also proud of her capability so that the community give her the new job. I know since she's taking the position, her and my personal life are going to be impacted a little bit, but that's fine to me. Kris, I'm going to give you the full support. I'll try to be a great man behind a great woman. Thank you.
I'm Hong Lei. I'm here to express our congratulations to Kris Wang, to Mayor James, to Vice Mayor Kwok, and to Councilmember Lowenthal and Sandoval. We are very proud of Kris Wang and also the outgoing Mayor Michael Chang. The Consul General of China is now bidding farewell to the Chinese community in San Francisco. So he assigns me to come here to carry on his congratulations to the council and to the audience here. Thank you very much.
My name is Stephen Ting. I'm a Cupertino resident. I know Sandy for a long time. We're talking about 15, 16 years that they would start counting. And I really appreciate and respect Sandy for all these years of hard work, working with different community groups that I have the privilege and the pleasure to work with her. And in the last little while, I also appreciate very much, together with my shy friend Steve Andrews, he's standing out there, that just did not want to come in, that Sandy was very much willing to take the time and willing to listen to what Steve Andrews and I have to say, and many others, obviously, in the community. I really respect that. I really appreciate what you have done. And I want to really just add a little story. I think everybody was talking about the big things. I want to add some small thing here. Not too long ago, I say about a few months ago, I had an opportunity to attend my niece's wedding. And I made a remark. I thought that remark actually is quite appropriate. And not only to, Richard, newly elected, Kris, newly elected, and Vice Mayor Kwok just being appointed, and obviously Sandy and Mayor just being appointed, Dolly, my good friend there as well, is that really there are actually three things for a marriage to continue. The way I see it tonight is that there is a marriage going on. The marriage between the council members, the council, and the community. And it really takes the three things to make this marriage to go forward. One, obviously, is love. Love can bring down wall. Love can eliminate mistrust. It's very important. The second thing is the patience. Just take a step back always. Listen. It's very important. And the third thing, obviously, is always communication. Communication is such a key thing. And I want to conclude it by saying that that since many of us in the audience are coming from the business background, we tend to get involved into the stock market. Buying stock is not just a one-time thing. After the stock is purchased, you have to continue to monitor, to see, to understand what's going on, and that's how the relationship gets built. And that's what I said to my niece in their wedding. I thought it's quite appropriate. I just want to share that with you. And again, congratulations to Mayor James and Vice Mayor Kwok, and my good friend Lowenthal, council member, my good friend Kris Wang, as well as my good friend Dolly Sandoval over there. Thank you so much. And I suppose I said them all for Steve Andrews. So Steve, you have anything else you want to add to it?
Come on, Steve. Don't be shy.
Congratulations, all.
I have to tell you that Steve Ting and Steve Andrews and Tommy Shui were three of the people, along with Chua and myself and Mike Bruner and Michael Lashen in the back room at Hobie's, who worked out the compromise and the words for the press conference that we had last week. We spent like 3 hours at it, and everybody gave and everybody talked and everybody communicated, and we came up with something that helped to heal a city. So, I really think this is a definitive moment in the life of this city. And I'm proud to sit in the middle of it, and I'm proud to have all you here too. And I want to acknowledge the staff who leads us all, really. None of us up here can do our jobs. We are not the experts in city government. They are the experts in city government. And by the way, they held their heads up high and took our hands and helped us walk through this last year, which was difficult for all of us, including the staff and the employees. So I would like to acknowledge all of those. Our city manager, Dave Knapp. City attorney, Chuck Killian. Our city clerk, Kim Smith. We have our public information officer over there in the corner, Rick Kitson. Steve Piasecki, our community development director. Carol Atwood, who takes care of the money. And is Therese still over there? I can't see her. Therese, Parks and Rec. So all of us together, including all of you, are going to make this year work. And we have a teeny tiny bit of city business to do, and then we have food out in the lobby. And I think everybody else has individual parties beyond that. So just sit still for a second and let us get through this. It'll only take a minute. I think we have a consent calendar.
You have a card there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I have it. On the consent calendar, does anyone want to pull anything off the consent calendar?
Just, I think one corrections in the consent item. I think in the 5.8, right down at the bottom in here, the city clerk read the title of ordinance. It shows that Sandra was here, but Sandra was absent like all the others.
Thank you.
With that, I just move approval of the consent items.
Do you have a second? Okay, please vote.
Should I vote now?
Yes.
I
Oh, I'm
wasn't
sorry,
here.
Chris.
I wasn't
Just
here. I
no,
can't-
you abstain.
You can abstain,
Oh,
yeah.
You weren't here. Okay.
Motion carries with Councilmember Wang abstaining.
We have one item of new business is to select a date for the council goal-setting session. We have 2 Fridays recommended, January 23rd or the 30th.
I like the 23rd.
23rd
Sandy,
works for me.
actually, I cannot make either of those dates. Those were the 2 dates that I'd given the city manager. So I'm hoping that we might be able to do the 15th or 16th, the 8th or the 9th, a Thursday or a Friday.
Why don't we take it off calendar then and look at it again rather than waste everybody's time tonight, okay?
That'd be great.
Can we do that? And number 9, we have a second reading.
This is Ordinance 1928 for the Chinese Church in Christ, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Cupertino rezoning a 2.95-acre parcel from PCGML Residential 4-12 Plan Development, General Commercial, Light Commercial, Residential 4 to 12 dwelling units per gross acre, to PCGML BQ Res 4-12, adds BQ Quasi-Public, 10455 Bandley Drive.
I'll move that ordinance number 1928 be read by title only and that the clerk's reading thereof constitutes the second reading.
Second.
Please vote.
Motion carries with Councilmember Wang abstaining.
I'll move enactment of ordinance number 1928.
Second.
Please vote.
Carries with Wang abstaining.
Okay, can we dispense with staff reports, council reports, or does staff have something they want to say?
We have nothing, thank you.
Gee. And I know the council said plenty tonight, so why don't we just adjourn
Eat.
for reception in the lobby? Please join us.